Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to do a little bit of exercises on, like we've done the last week's session, where we changed I've just got a list of verbs. I'm going to conjugate them in all the different ways that we've been learning over these last, well, 17 sessions. So we're just going to do a bit of parrot repetition training. We'll then have a quick revision of tameni and yorni, like we did last week. And then we're going to come away from doing this slightly not complex, difficult to interpret Japanese, this yorni stuff, and move into something which is a bit easier to understand. Okay, so to begin, let me just share slides with you. Right, this isn't exactly the same list as before. I've taken some of the ones we've done previously out. So I'll ask you guys to mute yourselves, and please, at this stage, it's really important to say the answer, even if you're not the person answering. But this time, what I'd like you to do is say the infinitive, the potential form. There's just a knock on the door, guys. I'll be right back. Hang on.
Is Andy recording?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
Two large cans of heavy-duty drain cleaner have just arrived. I'm in for a really fun and enjoyable day for today. Yeah, I'd like to say the infinitive, the potential form, the ba conditional, the plain negative, the obligative, I must, and the past plain form of these verbs. I'll keep the slide up so you can see what you have to do. Okay, so we will start. Just a second, I'm just going to shift you guys around so I can see the screen at the same time. I need that bit, I need that bit. Okay, Yadi, you're first in line, you'll be glad to know.
Okay, that's nice. Yeah.
Okay, so group one. So to take.
To take toru.
Good.
And potential toreba.
Just toremasu. Toremasu.
Ah, toremasu.
Yeah. And you've answered the next one, which is the ba conditional. So that was.
I was yeah. Oh, toremasu and toreba.
Toreba. Good. Yeah.
And then plain negative tora nai.
Good. Excellent.
Torana kereba narimasen.
Excellent.
Past plain. Totta.
Good. Well done. Totta. Just make the te form and make the e sound and a sound. Oh. Perfect. Well done, Yeri. 100%. Good.
Good.
Piotr, to pay.
Harau.
Good.
So haraemasu or haraeru.
Yep.
Exactly. So I guess we get haraeba.
Good.
Harau harawanai.
Yes.
Harawana kereba narimasen.
Good. Yep.
And hawatta.
Not hawatta, but you'll be speaking like Rome
from haratta.
Haratta. Good. Excellent. Well done. Good. Costa, to buy.
Cow.
Good.
Cow. Kawanai.
No, so potential's next.
No, I was just doing mixer max. Okay, cow. Potential. Cow. Kawamas.
Not quite. So think of. Let's break these down by imagining them as hiragana. We have ka and u. So to make the potential, what do we do with these bits?
Kaimas.
Kaimas, good.
Kaimas, okay. Good. This is the potential. The next one?
is the ba conditional.
Kawakereba.
No, just go from the potential. I've done these in an order, so it makes it a bit easier. From the potential, you can jump straight into the ba conditional.
Kaiba.
Kaiba. Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry,
Kaiba.
Kaiba. Okay, Kaiba. And the next one is?
Plain negative.
Plain negative. Kawanai.
Good. Kawanai. Good. The obligative.
Okay.
I must buy.
Kawanakereba narimasen.
Perfect. And finally, the
That was
past
more
plain tense. That was good.
Plain negative. Kawata.
Not kawata, but make the te form of cow.
Cow. Cow becomes kawate. Kawate.
No. Okay, so what's the? Let's think of another verb.
Kate.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Well done. Good. Kate. Excellent.
So kate becomes kata.
Kata. Good. Yes. Kata.
Okay.
Excellent. Good. Okay. Tom, to sell.
I don't know the infinitive.
Okay. So this is uru.
Uru. So the infinitive uru, the potential uremas.
Good. Uremas.
Uremas. Then the back conditional is ureba.
Ureba. Excellent.
Then the plain negative uranai.
Yes. Good.
Then the obligative uranakereba narimasen.
Perfect.
And it's the same as kayo, so ueta.
No. So this is the same as, so it's uru, so it's the same as kairu. It's the ru finishing verbs. It's group one still there.
So the ru is dropped and it's replaced by tte, tte.
Just TTE, yes.
TTE.
Yeah.
So utte.
Utte is the te form, and then the past plain.
Utta.
Utta. Good. Yes, exactly. Utta. Good.
Double T, yeah?
It is, yes. Yeah. David, how about to board, as in to get on board a bus?
Board. That's oriru.
That's to get off. Sorry.
That's to get off.
Yeah, it's noru.
Noru. So noru, noremas.
Good.
Noreba.
Good.
Noranai.
Yes.
Noranakereba narimasen.
Yep. Good.
And not that.
Not that. Good. Well done. Perfect. 100%. Right, guys. I'm going to unmute Yanis, and we're going to see whether or not he's fixed his internet. Let's see. Go on, Yanis. Yanis, do you want to unmute yourself? No. Still, you still sound like the Smurfs. Sorry. Never mind. So, Yanis, you can still join in, of course. It's just I won't ask you for individual ones. Okay. So, Spiros, how about to hold?
Hold is
Motsu.
the infinitive, no?
Motsu.
Motsu.
Yeah.
Motsu. Mochimas.
But mochimas would be the mass form to say I will hold. What would be the potential form I can hold?
The potential.
Yeah.
Mochimas.
Moshi moshi.
Mochimas.
Yeah, so if they go up to the e sound from motsu becomes mot.
Mochi.
No, that's the mass form. That's the normal I will hold. Okay, give me a second. I'm just going to quickly show you something. This one here. So, Spiros, have a look at the screen a second.
Yes.
So this is really the key to all of these verb changes, as you know, is how it fits on this chart of the hiragana. So the infinitive, let's use kiku for example. The infinitive is kiku, and then to make the mass form, to say I will listen, then we move up to kikimasu. To make the potential form, we move down to kikemasu. Now imagine this, that instead of ku, we've got tsu. So what's at the top? What sound is here on this one, on the T versions of hiragana? What's this sound here?
Te, motemasu.
No, I just wanted you to say what if tsu, the syllable tsu, basically T, is the hiragana line here. What's this top one? If ka is for ku, then what would be? So, for example, this would be ta. Yeah.
Mota.
And mota. This would be mochimasu. Mochimasu. So this would be chi. Yeah, this would be chi.
Chi.
This would be motsu. This would be mote, and this would be moto.
Mote. So
Yeah. So motemasu would be.
Motemasu.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Let's just go back to this page. Just a second. So there we go. Right. So motemasu is the potential, and then the verb conditional.
Moteba.
Moteba. Good. Yes.
Moteba. Moteba nakereba narimasen.
That would be the obligative, which is one more in front. But
Motenai.
Motanai. Yeah, exactly. Motanai.
Motanakereba narimasen.
Good, well done. And then the past plain.
Mota.
Motta. Yeah, but this is a double T. This is motta. Yeah.
Motta.
So imagine that you're doing the te form would be motte.
Yeah.
So
Motte.
I am holding would be motte imasu. And just make the sound instead of the sound. So motta. Good. Okay, let's do one more round of group 1 verbs, guys. So Yari, to receive, like you're receiving a gift.
Kaesu.
I know. So the one I want is morau.
Morau. Yeah. Morau. And the morau is the infinity and potential moremas.
Not moremas, but
Moraemas.
Moraemas. Good. Yes, moraemas.
And then ba. Moraeba.
Good. Yes.
And plain mora na.
Okay.
Nai. Morae nai.
Go back to the infinitive again, Yanni.
Mora va.
Yes.
Morava nai.
Yes, good. Morawanai. Yeah, good.
And then the obligative is moravana kereba narimasen.
Good. And the past
moratta.
Yeah, good. Moratta. Perfect. Well done. Good. Piotr, the cry.
Oh, this is what I'm going to do. I can't recall the infinitive.
Okay, so it's naku. Naku.
Okay. So naku, nakeru,
good.
Or nakemasu.
Yes.
Which makes nakeba.
Good.
Negative will be nakanai.
Yep.
Obligative will be naka nakereba narimasen.
Good.
Naku. So wait. So naite. So
good.
naita.
Yeah, naita. Good. Excellent. Well done. Well processed. Good. Costa, to send.
To send. What's the verb for to send?
Okay, so what footwork in the Ido do we call it when the back foot comes we use the back foot to push us off, and the back foot comes up after us as well. What's this called in Iaido?
I'm really feeling embarrassed right now that I cannot remember.
Costa-san,
Think
nandan
about the
desu ka?
kendo. What's the
Yeah.
main step?
Yeah, exactly.
Fumiko? No, it's not just Fumiko.
Nah,
No.
Okuriashi.
Okuriashi.
Thank you, Spiros. Costa, nandan desu ka?
I'm sorry, I'm not in the right mood today.
Yes, okuru. Okuru.
Okuru. Okuru.
Yes.
Let me write it down. Okuru. So it's a verb, group one verb.
Yep.
Correct. Okay. Okuru, it becomes okuremas.
Good. Okurimasu.
Okureba.
Good.
Okuranai.
Yep. Good.
Okuran.
You've got it. You're going down the right. You're going down the right path.
Okurata.
No, so the obligative now. So this is the plain negative, and then all the other jibber jabber at the end.
Good job. The okurete.
No, no.
Okute.
Hang on. You've missed one. You've missed one. So the obligative,
Okay.
I must send.
Okura nakere banarimasen.
Good. Yes.
I forgot that. And the plain past.
Mhm.
Okuta.
Good. Okutta.
Okuta.
Excellent.
Okay.
Good. Now I forgive you for the Iaido memory slip.
I'm really sorry. I have really bad headache and I couldn't even. No excuses.
Yeah. Whatever. Sorry, I did. Sorry, I did Shite was a Machigai in the team competition, but I've got a headache. Okay, I'm going to skip to end because that's also another ru. So is to sit. That's suwaru. Sumu. Okay, Tom, to live at.
Live at.
Yeah.
No idea.
Okay, so this is sumu.
Sumo. Oh, you said it. Sumu. So it's the same as yomu.
Good.
Sumemas.
Sumemas. Yep.
Sumeba.
Sumeba. Good.
Sumanai.
Good.
Sumanakereba narimasen.
Good.
Sunda.
Sunda. Excellent. Well done. Good. Well transformed. David, to rest. This is going to be easy, isn't it, David? What's the next one, just in case there's a... okay, let's do... Actually, David, can you do to rest and to flush? Because if you know you just heard Tom doing to live at, then to rest is going to be easy. This is yasumu. Oh, you're muted at the moment, David. You're muted on Zoom.
Okay, that's better. So rest is yasumu.
Good.
Yasemas.
That means to lose weight, but
no,
thanks for telling me.
Yeah, that too. Yasumu. Yasumemas.
Yes, good. Yasumemas.
Yasumemas. Yasumeba.
Good.
Yasumanai.
Good, exactly.
Yasumanakereba narimasen.
Good.
And yasunda.
Yasunda, excellent. Good. That sounds Greek, doesn't it? Yasunda. Okay.
And
to
I
flush.
don't think I've come across this one.
Okay, so in the kata uke nagashi, this nagashi is nagasu, which means which means to let flow off. So we would say in English, we would say let flow off. We'd say to flush because it's a transitive verb. Yeah. So to flush
is nagashi to flush, to discharge out, or
yeah,
like
to flush a toilet would be nagashi.
Yeah. Okay, nagasu. Potential nagasemas.
Good.
Nagaseba.
Yep.
Nagasanai.
Good. Yes.
Nagasana kereba narimasen.
Yep.
And past plane. Nagashta.
Go on. You got it.
Nagashta.
Yeah. Nagashta. Good. Nagashta.
Okay.
Excellent. Well done. Good. And let's finish now with spiros, to drop. So this is either of two spiros, and
Yes.
they're both, you know, both of these, I think. So think of kiriroshi and kiriotoshi, and the verb is in there.
Orosu.
Oh, rosu. Good. Yes.
So the infinitive is orosu.
Yeah.
Oremas,
No. So orosu.
oros,
So move the oo sound into the e sound, so it becomes
orosemas,
good. Yeah. Orosemas. Yes. Back condition.
oroseba,
Good. Oroseba.
orosenai,
Orosanai.
orosanai,
Yeah.
orosana kerebanarimasen,
Good. Perfect. And
orosita,
Oroshta. Good. Oroshta. Excellent. Well done. Good stuff. Well done, guys. Let's just quickly do a few of the group 2 verbs.
I'm sorry, can I ask a quick question? Is
Sure, of course.
orosu or otosu? Because I've
So these are 2 verbs which have got, they basically mean the same thing, almost. They've got different kanji, but there's a slightly different nuance. Thanks, Piotr. If you look at Piotr's screen for a second.
Orush, okay.
Okay, so there's a slight
Okay.
difference in nuance. So orosu has got a feeling of you moving something from an upper position to a lower position. So it might be, it could be
yes.
it could be you intentionally dropping something. So you hold it in a position and you drop it. Or it could be that you take it from here and you lower it down. So you take something, you lower it. This is the feeling of orosu. Otosu means only to drop. So this is like something where you are really just letting it go. You're letting gravity take control and it just simply drops. Otosu. So this is the same as hikyotoshi.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Piotr. Which is this application?
Is it? Do you mean that orosu could mean also to put down?
Yes,
In
exactly.
somehow.
Yeah. But if you're driving somebody somewhere and you're going to say drop them at the station, we would say I will drop you at the station. I will take you to the station means I will drop you at the station in my car. This would be orosu.
Korosu.
This would be orosu. You would drop your passenger off. Oroshite. Orosu. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
If you said otosu, it would be feeling like you're going to kick them out of the car and they're going to land on the road on their face. This is the difference between orosu and otosu.
Yeah.
So otosu really means let gravity take control, and wherever they land, even if it's inside a mincing machine. Okay, Yari, back to you. So now let's do the same thing now, but with to wear. These should be
To wear. Kiru.
Yep.
And verb 2, so kireba. Kiremas.
Okay, that's how we do group 1, but how about group 2 though?
The group. Yeah. Kireraremas.
Nearly. So
Kiraremas.
Go on, that's it. Go ahead.
Yeah. And kireba.
Sorry. So for the potential, this should be kiraremas.
Kiraremas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kiraremas. Hai.
Okay.
Kiranai.
What about, sorry, the
Kinai,
Sorry.
because all the cut
Sorry, hang on,
rook
hang on,
away.
hang on. Stop. Go back. What's the bar conditional of kiru?
Not kireba, kiba.
So I find this group 2, the back conditional. I also have problems trying to remember how to form this. So I've got one example of a group 2 verb which I keep in the back conditional, fixed in my head, hanging on a hook, and that verb is tabereba. So think
Kireba,
about
so it's
kireba.
kireba.
Good. Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
And then the plain negative.
Plain negative is kinai.
Good. Kinai. And the obligative.
Kina kereba narimasen.
Good. And the past plain.
Kita.
Kita. Yes, just
One
with one T.
one T.
Yes, good. Exactly. Kita. Good. Well done, Yeri. Piotr.
All we have to do is remember food and eat, and it will all.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, what else is there to think about during lockdown except food and Ghost of Tsushima? Huh?
I don't have a PS4.
Oh, just come buy one. For God's sake, you're a quantum physicist. You don't know a PS4. You won't understand physics. Okay.
I'll build my own.
Okay, let's play with this one. So to be able, might not be able to do all of these actually. Let's see.
To be able, dekiru.
Good, dekiru. The potential.
If it's a group 2, dekiru would be dekirareru. So dekiraremasu. But I'm sensing a yes on the road.
Tak, to jest zasadzka. Bardzo dużą zasadzkę.
Of course, because dekiru is already to be able. So yeah, it remains dekiru.
Good. Yes, exactly. Yeah, but we can make the back conditional.
Dekireba.
Good. Dekireba. Good.
Tabenai. So dekinai.
Good.
Dekinakereba narimasen.
Excellent.
Is that something I must be able to do?
So there is another meaning of dekiru, which is to prepare something, to get something ready. So in that case, you can use dekinakereba narimasen. Yeah.
Okay.
It must be ready. Yeah.
And past plain will be dekita.
Yes, good. Dekita. Excellent. Good. To answer, Costa? To muted, mademoiselle. Merci.
Okay, to answer is, I don't remember this word.
Kotaeru.
Kotaeru.
Yes.
Kotaeru. Oh my god. Today is not my day, honestly. Thank you, Spiro-san. He's answering. Okay. Kotaema. Kotaeru. Kotaeraremas.
Good.
Kotareba.
Yep. Kotaereba.
No. Kotaereba.
Yep.
And then what is the
plain negative?
The plain negative. Kotaranai.
No.
Kotaeranai.
So kotae. Let's just quickly go back to the beginning to the infinitive. Kotaeru. The bit we break off is ru, and the rest of it, the kotae, will remain the same. This will remain the same. Kotaenai. Yes.
Kotaenai.
Yeah.
Then is the, what is the next? Let's take a plain.
The obligative.
Kotanakere banarimasen.
Just one more time, sorry. Oh
my god. Kotanakere banarimasen.
Not quite. There's a vowel missing there. So
go back.
Yes. Good.
Kotae nakere banarimasen.
Exactly. Good. Kotae nakere banarimasen.
Oh
and the past play.
Kotaeta.
Good, good. Kotaeta.
Kotaeta. I
Excellent.
need to
well done.
take a painkiller. I'm sorry, I have to
Go
be
ahead.
back.
That's all right. Yeah. Okay. Take the bottle. Tom. To hear. Just a second. Yeah, I think most of these you can do to hear, maybe. So this is going to be the kikoeru rather than kiku.
Kikoeru. Kikoeraremasu.
Good.
Kikoereba.
Yep. Kikoereba. Good.
Kikoenai.
Yes.
Kikoenakereba narimasen.
Excellent.
Kikoeta.
Good. Kikoeta. Excellent. Well done, Tom. David, to lose.
Makeru.
Makeru. Good. Yes.
So, Makeru. My mind. Makeraremas.
Good. Makeraremasu.
Makerareba.
Sorry, one more time, David.
Makerareba.
Not makerareba, but just
Oh, Makeba.
no.
Nope. Hang on.
Go back to your memory hook. The example that's kept on the hook, which is. Let's fix this.
Tabet. Yeah. Okay.
Tabereba. So take this off the hook. Break off the important part. Put taber back on the hook again.
Makereba? No.
Yeah, makereba.
Makereba.
Oh, makereba. Ooh. That's what they're singing, isn't it?
Makereba. Makenai.
Good, makenai.
Makenakereba narimasen.
Excellent. Good. And
Maketa.
maketa. Good. Well done. And finally, Spiros.
Foster, you got those painkillers?
She's just swallowed the whole bottle, so you're gonna have to stomach pump her first if you want to take any.
And a nice whiskey.
And a nice sleep. Night night. Never wake up. Spiros,
Yes.
to begin.
Who?
To begin.
Hajimeru.
Good, Hajimeru. Excellent.
Hajimemas.
This would be the normal mass form of this, but how would you do the potential?
Hajimeraremas.
Good, exactly. Hajimeraremas.
Hajimereba.
Good.
Hajimenai.
Yes.
Hajimenakereba narimasen.
Good.
Hajimeta.
Good. Perfect. 100%. Excellent. Well done, guys. Let's just click through the rest of these for a second. Okay. Yari, to come. Group 3.
To come. Suru.
Yes. No, it's the other one.
Kuru.
Yes. Good.
Yes. Kuru dekimasu.
No, that you're still working on the to come on the suru.
Koraremasu.
Yeah. Potential. Sorry. Yeah. Koraremas. Yes. Yeah. Good. You got it right. Koraremas.
And koreba. Next.
Hang on a second. So this is where we have to just memorize some of the group 3s. So it's a little bit more tricky. So the bar conditional is kureba.
Kureba.
Yeah.
Okay, not koreba. Kureba.
Yes, kureba.
Okay, kureba.
Yeah.
Konai.
Konai, good.
And obligatives konakereba narimasen.
Excellent. And the past plane?
Kita.
Good. Kita. Yes, exactly. Just with one T. Well done. 100%. Piotr, to bring.
Again, let's see. This was
You can do this one instead then. Suru.
to do.
Yeah. Do you have this one?
Drawing another blank here. So
Suru. Suru.
just that's plain suru. Okay.
Yeah, it's infinitive. Suru.
Suru. Potential dekimasu.
Good.
Biconditional sureba.
Yes.
Plain negative is shinai.
Shinai. Good.
So that becomes shinakereba narimasen.
Yes.
And I believe it's shita.
Shita. Excellent. Yes. Good. 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 Okay, guys, we're going to leave these alone now because we're going to go into the quantum world of tame and yoni, like we did last week.
What
Okay.
was the infinitive of the word changed? To change.
To change kaeru.
Kairu. Ah, of
Kaeru,
course.
yeah.
Yes.
So this,
yeah,
but this is
yeah,
group 2, isn't it? So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's kaeraremasu, kaeba,
Yeah.
kaenai, kaenakareba narimasen, and kaeta.
So what's shigao then? Is that to be different?
Yes, chigao is to differ. To differ.
And it's group 1, I think, Chico.
Chigao, yes, it is. Yeah, chigaimasu. Good. Yeah. Cool. Good. Right. Okay, guys. Let's just stop sharing. So you hopefully remember last week we had this. Who was here last week, by the way? Who was here? Put your hands up. Yeah. Okay. Yadi, did you miss last week's lesson?
Nope, I don't think so.
Okay, you were here. You were here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So we had this challenge where we had to decide whether or not something should be using yoni or tameni. So I'll just give you a little reminder. Tameni has some essence of direct intention and control. So if you're surely doing something for the absolute purpose of achieving something, and you are the subject of both the benefit and the thing that you do to achieve it, then tameni is probably the right thing to use. If you don't have complete control over the outcome, or the objective is not necessarily going to be achieved because you are only getting yourself ready to do it, then probably yoni is the right one to use. So how many of us is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I've got 1, 2, 3. I've got enough examples that I can do one for you. So my first example is, I went to the airport to meet my friend. Guys, can you unmute yourselves a second, please? Except Yanis. You can stay in the corner, Yanis. Okay. I believe everything you say. Yanis, I believe everything you say, if I could only understand what you were saying. Okay, so the English phrase is, I went to the airport to meet my friend. I went to the airport to meet my friend. Now, do I have direct control over the outcome?
Don't think so.
Assuming the plane will land, yes.
Yes, yeah, you do. You have complete control over the outcome. Yeah. So Tom, you said I don't think so. Let me give you.
Yes, because
example.
if the friend will not, you don't know for sure the friend will be there.
Well, I didn't say that he was landing in an airplane. Maybe he's already telephoned me to say he's at the airport waiting for me. But let me give you an example of when you wouldn't have complete control. If I put up a poster to let people know that the lecture was going to start at 12 o'clock. So the objective is to let people know that the lecture will start at 12 o'clock. But I don't actually have control whether or not they read it or whether or not they remember it. I'm doing something in order that they understand that the lecture will start at 12 o'clock, but I don't have complete control. I cannot reprogram everybody so that they certainly know the lecture will start at 12 o'clock. So this is where there is not absolute certainty or not absolute agency or control. But if you're going to the airport to pick up your friend, well, really, if you don't have control of the outcome, who does? So in this case, tamini is probably correct, because this is the only reason why you're going to the airport is to pick up your friend. You're not going to the airport just in case there is a friend there for you.
Or shopping or something. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Nothing to do
Yeah.
with hope or possibilities. It's about my friend is going to be at the airport, so I'm going to go and pick them up. So this is about direct agency or direct intention. So I went to the airport to meet my friend would be tomodachi ni or tomodachi to ao tame ni kuko ni ikimashita. Okay. So
Kuko de, kuko e, or kuko ni. Which is the...
yeah, good point actually. So really, we have to ask ourselves, what is the main verb in this? Yeah, I mean, actually, for this one, Yadi, it's a good point. It depends where you put the word kuko. If you say kuko de ao, sorry, if you put it into the what's it called, the benefit section, then you're saying I will meet them at the airport. So that's kuko de ao tameni. If you put the kuko bit in the action that you take, then the verb was iku, ikimashita. So this would be kuko ni.
Okay.
In the end, it doesn't really matter too much, but you have to ask yourself, the place you're going to, is that where the activity is going to happen? Is that where the benefit's going to happen? So that's where so you've got to decide where to put kuko. In this case, it doesn't make any difference. I'll go to the airport and I'll meet my friend in the airport. So I can put kuko in either of these places, or to be honest, I could put them in both these places. It wouldn't change the grammatical meaning of the sentence. Yeah. So the two choices are kuko tomodachi to kuko de ao tame ni kuko ni ikimashita would be the entire sentence. But I think for my instinct would be in this case that if I don't put kuko ni ikimashita at the end, the sentence kind of loses its meaning in a way. I can imply that I'm meeting my friend at the airport by saying I went to the airport. But if I say this sentence, just listen a second carefully. Tomodachi to kuko de ao tame ni, that's in parenthesis, ikimashita. We've now got this verb ikimashita sitting by itself without any details where you went to. Now, you could imply that you went to the airport, but it's purely an implication. It would probably be better to pull the kuko out of the benefit and stick it into the action and say, tomodachi to ao tame ni kuko ni ikimashita. This would make a lot more sense in Japanese, even if the implication is still the same. Yeah. Okay, should we have a try?
Yep.
So Yadi, you're going to be first. So the first thing I'm going to ask you is, should this be your ni or tameni? Let me read you the sentence. I will study more so that I am able to always pass my exams. I will study more so that I am able to always pass my exams. Now, tell me, what do you think? Should this be your ni or tameni? And then tell me why.
Maybe I use your ni.
Good. Why do you think this?
Because there's so many different tests and for my future, not exactly one happening.
Good. This is one of the reasons. There's also one more reason. So one is about the length of time that it happens for, which is exactly right. This isn't a specific exam, but what else is there in this sentence which would drive you towards your need?
To be able.
Yeah, good. No, that's okay.
That's good. It's okay.
That's
Yeah.
right, that's good.
I
So,
forgot I was on.
No. So to be able to does imply some lack of direct control. It does imply a lack of direct control, but even if I didn't have this to be able to, Yadi, let me ask you a question. Even if you study more, will it guarantee that you will pass your exams?
No, of course not. There is always that possibility, which is more than yoni. If it's tameni, I always will go through.
Yes, exactly this. There's a lack of direct agency here. Good.
Yeah.
Okay, so yoni. So let me read you the sentence again so that you can create the sentence. I will study more so that I am always able to pass my exams.
いや、勉強する。
いつも試験が合格できるように、
Yes.
もっと勉強します。
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Good. Model answer there, guys. Itsumo. Shiken.
試験が
Oh, sorry, good. I've made the mistake. You did it right. Shiken ga gokaku dekiru tame ni, dekiru you ni motto benkyou shimasu. Good.
Yeah.
Well done, Yeri. Perfect answer. Good. Piotr, how about this one? I want to be able to speak Japanese. So now this is a slightly different one.
You have to be able, so I would go for the yoni form.
Good. Yes, good.
To be able to speak Japanese would be Nihongo ga hanasemasu. Sorry, hanaseru.
Good.
Yoni.
Yeah.
Hoshii desu, simply.
So you what you could say is I want to become. I want to become.
So naritai.
Good. Good. Naritai desu. Naritai desu.
Yes.
Good.
So
So-
I want to become able to speak Japanese. So the sentence would be Nihongo ga hanaseru yoni, and then the naritai desu.
Yeah, exactly. Just naritai desu. So if we've got this, if we've got naru either before this pivotal word, whether it's yoni or tamani, if there's naru before it and or naru after it, it will probably be yoni. Yoni. Good.
In that sense, if we use the not the volitional but the potential form, is it practically always yoni?
It could well be. The possibility is very high because again, it's implying a lack of direct agency. Yeah, or a lack of direct intention. So you may not ever take an exam. For example, in Yari's, in Yari's example, it could be that you're never going to take an exam, but you want to be able to take an exam, to pass an exam. So it would be yoni rather than tamini. Yeah. Good. Thanks, Piotr. Costa. Please close the door so that it doesn't become cold. Okay, so let's first discuss whether or not it's tamini or yoni. Please close the door so that it doesn't become cold.
I would say yoni, because if you close the door, it's gonna not be able to be cold. I'm thinking very complicated.
Well, you're kind of on the right way. It's removing the potential to become cold. It maybe the weather gets so bad that it still will get cold. Maybe the
But we
temperature
don't
will drop.
know
Exactly.
how
Yeah,
much.
it's a lack of control. So that the door will have some agency, but not complete agency. There is another clue which would indicate this is yoni, which is what's the subject of the benefit in this case?
The
Subject of the
Me.
benefit. One more time, sorry.
the room. The room.
The
is gonna
room,
be cold.
exactly.
The room.
And what's the subject of the action?
And me, I'm gonna close the door.
Good. So the subjects are different in between the benefit and the action. So this points us towards yoni.
Okay.
Good.
Oh, yeah, that's easier to remember.
Yeah.
So I need to do the translation.
Please do. So I will close the door so the room doesn't become cold.
Cold. To become cold. Samukunaru.
Good.
Samukunaru. Okay. Yoni.
So this would be to become cold, but to not become cold would be
Samuku naranai. Okay, naranai yoni. Do ga shimete kudasai.
so you're going to close the door, so not door ga, but
Door o.
yes,
Door
good.
o shimete kudasai. I have a big problem with the articles.
Take another pill.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna start taking Codamol. I'm really off today.
Sure.
So
Good. That's it. That was perfect. That was good. So Samaku naranai yoni, door o shimete kudasai, or door o shimemasu. It doesn't really matter. Good. Cool. Tom. How about this one? Please be careful so that there are no accidents. Please be careful so that there are no accidents. So first, tell me, do you think this is tameni or yoni?
I would think it's yoni, because even if you're careful, there could be accidents.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Good, good, good.
Accidents.
Is you can use, there's two words. If it's usually if it's a traffic accident, you'd use jiko. If it's a non-traffic accident, you can use jiko, but it's more usual to use jiken, not chicken. Be careful that there are no chickens. This is a Muppet Show episode. Jiken, yeah. Jiken actually means incident, whereas jiko means accident. Yeah.
Okay. So the accidents are the beneficiary part.
Okay, so if you want to say that accidents don't occur, the verb to occur is what did you say, Piotr?
Ken ga arimasen?
Actually, you can say you can use the negative of aru.
Arimasen.
Yeah.
Arinai then?
Well, Tom, what's the negative of aru?
The
Main negative of aru.
nai.
Nai. Good. Yes, Piotr. Nai.
Nai.
Yes.
So chicken ga nai yoni skete kudasai.
So it's ki o tsukete kudasai.
Ki o skete kudasai.
Good.
Ki
Yes.
o skete kudasai.
Yeah. If you want to say so that accidents don't occur, but accidents don't happen, there's another verb you can use, which is okiru, which is a group of two verb, means occurrence, to occur. Okiru.
So then it would be chiko ga okiru yoni.
So not okiru, but you don't want them to occur. So
okiranai.
it's a group two verb.
Okinai.
Yes. Yeah. Good.
Okinai yoni ki o skete kudasai.
Perfect. Good. Well done. Chiko ga okinai yoni ki o tsukete kudasai. Good. Thanks, Tom. Well done. David. I took a holiday.
Excuse me. Okiru is also the wake up.
Yes, it is. It is. It's a different kanji, but the
word is similar
to
say.
Exactly.
Just
yeah. It's a good way of remembering it.
And it's also both are two in a group too.
They are. Yes. Yeah. Indeed.
So they are only the kanji is the difference.
yeah. But I mean, you'll understand from the context if you mean to wake up or to fly a plane into a building.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
They're subtly different. Feels the same sometimes, but they are subtly different. Yeah. Okay, David. I took a holiday so I could travel to Spain. I took a holiday so I could travel to Spain.
This one I'd say was probably Tamini.
Yeah. Why would you say that?
Because it's certainly that you're taking a holiday for one purpose.
Yeah, it does imply it, doesn't it? Even if I mean, you possibly could use yoni, but this is about the reason for you taking a holiday was to go on holiday in Spain, right? Not to waste time playing Ghost of Tsushima for 2 weeks, which is what I would do. Yeah. Okay, good. So how would you make this sentence?
Spain ni iku tame ni.
Good.
It's a holiday.
If you're saying annual leave, I mean, you could just use yasumi or and then took. But if you wanted to say I took annual leave, the word annual leave is nenkyu.
Okay. Nenkyu ga
Maybe you're doing something to Nenkyu
Nenkyu or
and then took.
which
Okay.
took there's several.
Toru.
Nenkyu or dorimasu.
Yes, good. So I took a holiday, I took holiday, so this would be
Nenkyu or torimashita.
good. Yes, torimashita. Yeah, good.
スペインに行くために年休を取りました。
Perfect, good. スペインに行くために年休を取りました. Guys, this verb toru, yes, that's it, nenkyu. So it means year and yasumi, year annual rest, annual leave is what it means.
Yeah, relax. I
Yes,
can do that.
exactly, yeah. This verb toru, meaning to take, there are lots of different kanji for it, but in English, they all basically mean to take. The toru is probably one of the most important and most used verbs that people use, actually, apart from iku. It's in the like the top 5 verbs, toru, to take. It's used in so many different contexts, just to pick something up, to take something somewhere else, to take a picture, to want to grasp something, to understand something. These all use this verb toru in different kanji. So it's really worth remembering toru. Put this into your top 5.
I use the next trick. You taught me in the dojo with Ishita Sensei, ushiro ni torimasu, to take the back side. That's
okay.
easy to remember.
Yeah, this is actually a different toru. This is toru. This is toru. But I mean, it also means, like you said, Tom, to take the back
Take
side.
the back.
Yeah, if it helps you to remember it, then fine. But this toru means to pass behind. Yeah.
So toremas is the mass form of the toru.
Torimas. Yeah, it's a group one verb.
Torimas.
Yeah, it's a
Not
group one
tore, torimas.
Torimas. Yeah.
Yeah, group 1 verb.
Yes, exactly. And there's about 6 or 7 different kanji for it, depending on if it's a photograph or if it's you picking something up, or if you take something and taste it. These are all got different kanji. Okay, then the last one, Spiros.
What was the difference in Yasumi and you said Nenkyu?
Nenkyu. Nenkyu means annual leave. It means leave from work.
Leave from, okay, yeah.
Whereas Yasumi can mean a holiday, or it can mean a rest. So it's a little bit less specific. Piotr,
So in the Duolingo, they also use Yasumi for taking a day off, for example.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
So just a single day. And if I understand correctly, the Nenkyu is then really a longer leave. It implies a longer duration of holiday. Or
well, not necessarily.
Annual leave of 2 days.
You could take leave of 1 day. This would still be Nenkyu if you have to apply to your company to take annual leave. I mean, if I run my own company, so I have infinite Nenkyu. I only take Yasumis because there is no, for me, there is no Nenkyu allowance. It's not like I've got 20 days of annual leave. I would just take a rest.
So
but
annual leave in English is really the leave you take from the 20, 25, 30 days you have available to you during the year.
Exactly. It just means, if you're talking about working for a company and asking to take annual leave, then this is where you would say Nenkyu. Yeah. Which is different. For example, if you had a bank holiday, then this isn't Nenkyu, but it is a Yasumi.
So it is a free day or a day off, but it's not one you apply for. It's basically a mandatory one.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. So, I mean, think about these words. This word annual leave or annual holiday. This means an allowance of holiday you've got per year. This is exactly translated into the Japanese. Nen means year. Kyu means holiday.
Yeah, but annual leave also, at least in my interpretation, could also mean something you do yearly at a specific, during a specific time. Like Christmas, for me, would be an annual holiday or an annual leave.
Okay.
So, interpretation, but then this is my lack of understanding. So
right. So annual leave, in at least within natural English speakers, means this work allowance to take days off, where you've got virtually free choice to decide when you can take it. That's kind of what annual leave means. Yeah. Different to bank holidays, though.
Thank you.
Okay. Spiros, you staying with us for a second? It was your go next. Okay, Spiros. So this one isn't quite the same as the decision of Tamini or Yorni. This is using Naru again. On your 18th birthday, you will become able to drink alcohol. So I'm going to help by recording parts of your answer on a whiteboard. So this is quite a long one. So let me just write it out again for you.
Okay.
On your 18th birthday, you will become able to drink alcohol. Okay. So this isn't really a Tamini, it's purely a Yorni, Spiros. But
Firstly, I think it's a yoni because you are able is not implies that anywhere you will drink.
Exactly. Yes.
So it's a yoni.
Yeah. Good. So let's start off, Spiros. Let's start off just with. This isn't about having benefit and action. This is purely a statement. But we can start off with this part here. So on your 18th birthday, how would you say this?
Anata no.
What's 18?
Juhachi no otanjubi.
Okay, so for years of age, there's a counter we use, which is sai. So this would be juhasai.
Juhasai otanjubi.
Good.
Otanjubi.
Otanjubi. And then we need to mark this with a time particle, a time marking particle. So we would use ni.
Ni.
Yep.
Anata no juhachisai otanjubi ni.
In this part, you'll be able to drink alcohol.
Yoni.
So not yet.
Oh,
no.
Not yet. Okay.
So we want to say able
sake,
to drink. Good.
Sake o.
So this is going to be
nomi,
so you've got the right verbs there, Spiros. But this is going to be the ability, the potential. So not sake or, but sake.
De.
No,
not de.
Sake ga.
Sake ga.
Remember, potential verbs. We mark the object with ga.
Sake ga.
Yeah.
No. Nomi. Nomi ba.
No, so the potential form of nomu. We'd move from the
Nomu.
sound to the sound.
Nomi. Sorry.
Okay.
I have to look.
That's all right.
Nomi.
Okay, give me a second. I'm just going to give you all a little text. Okay. This is the order of vowels. A, I, U, E, O. This is the order of sounds in Japanese, of course. So for nomu, this would be the final part. The final syllable would be ma, mi, mu, me, mo. So nomanai. That would be nomanai, wouldn't it? Nomimas. We just
Nomimas.
Nomu, and then nome.
Nomeba.
Yes. And nomeba is the ba, but is the ba conditional, but this would just be nomeru.
Nomeru.
Yeah. And then we could put in yoni, means becoming like. And then narimas. Naru means to become. So here's the naru here. Yeah. Okay, good. So I wanted to walk through that one with you, Spiros, because it's not, it's very different to the ones we've done before. Okay. Guys, go ahead, yeah.
Anata no juhachisai otanjobi ni sake ga nomeru yoni narimasu.
Perfect, yeah. But not ju hachisai. We would say ju hasai.
Juhasai. Juhasai. Okay.
Yeah. Good. Well done. Cool. Guys, any questions about tameni yoni? Bearing in mind we will be doing these again in the future. Piotr, dozo?
Yes, about this last sentence. The entire part of anata no 18歳お誕生日に, that entire thing is just specification of time frame?
Yes. So this, I'm going to just take off anata no, because you don't really need that. But 18歳の誕生日に. So that, yeah, exactly. This is an announcement of time, so it doesn't really form part. Doesn't form a specific part of the sentence. Yeah. It's like a what's it called? A hailing of time. So this is when it's going to happen. And then we put another parenthesis around sake ga nomeru. So this is a state that we are going to become like. So yoni means, in this case, means like or as if. Not like as in I like donuts, but like as in something resembles something else. Something is like something else. Yoni narimasu. Yeah.
Well, you will become like somebody who can drink sake or
exactly alcohol? Yeah, exactly, kind of like this, but what it's basically taking is this ability sentence sake ga nomeru, and then so this is a potential sentence. You cannot, let me just draw a difference, guys. If I take off your in this case and say sake ga nomeru ni narimasu, this means you will become the ability to drink alcohol. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense in English either. It certainly doesn't make any sense in Japanese. So sake ga nomeru is a state of being. So you cannot become that state of being, but you can become like that state of being. You will be able to. Doesn't mean you are becoming the ability to drink alcohol, even though I would like to become the ability to drink alcohol all the time. But you will become able to drink alcohol. Yeah. Don't worry too much about the intricacies of it. You just have to learn it in this form, really. Yeah, it's a mechanism for saying it. Okay, right, guys, we're going to move on to today's main subject. I know we've only got 10 minutes left in theory, but this actually will only take you 5 minutes to learn because it's really easy. And if you've done the Sunday classes, you may have already done this anyway. So we're talking about the experience of having done something. So, for example, I could say, let's see, Konstantina, can you unmute yourself a second?
Yes.
New York ni ikimashita ka? New York ni ikimashita ka? What does this mean?
If you have been to New York.
Yeah. Kind of. It kind of means that. Nearly. Not quite the same. Can you say it again in English?
Have you been in New York?
No, it doesn't exactly mean that. What I actually said was Tokyo ni ikimashita ka, which means did you go to New York? Now the problem doesn't sound very different in English. It's the difference between did you go to New York and have you been to New York? But if I was to say to you in English, did you go to New York? Your response should be, when are you talking about?
It needs to have a time frame. When...
Yeah, exactly. Did you go to New York? Yeah.
When?
I went 30 years ago. Why? Because my sentence is implying, just now, there was an earthquake in 1 week ago, there was an earthquake in New York. Were you there? Is what I mean when I say, did you go to New York? Whereas have you been to New York means, have you ever been to New York? Has there ever been a time? So this is made there's a clear distinction in Japanese between did you go to New York and have you ever been to New York? So did you go to New York is simply New York ni ikimashita ka? But have you ever been is talking about your experience of having done something. So this is how we're going to do it in Japanese. So the first thing we need to do is what we did at the beginning of today, which is to form the plain past form of the verb. So we did this. We did itta, hanashita, tabeta, shita, kita, All of these things that finish with ta. Okay. And the next thing we need to do is to say the verb in the plain past form. Koto ga arimasu ka is the question. Arimasu ka. It means arimasu ka means have you. Koto means turns a verb into an event or an experience. If it's in the past form, does mean have you the experience of going to New York, for example. Now this looks like, but it's not the same as the potential form. For example, iku koto ga dekimasu ka? Don't get confused. These are two different sentences. But you can see here in the potential form, we use this koto again to turn the verb into a substance, into a thing, rather than just an infinitive verb. Okay, oops, starting with pictures. Let's go back. So let's try some examples. So what I'll do is I'll ask each of you to ask the question. So Yari, you're going to ask Piotr this question here. If you'd like to unmute yourself, Yari, and yes. you have to work out what I'm asking you to ask Piotr. So what am I asking you to ask Piotr in English first?
Have you ever seen UFO?
Good. Okay. So can you put this in Japanese?
UFO ni mita koto ga arimasu ka?
Not UFO ni, but UFO
wo.
Oh, good.
UFO o mita koto ga arimasu ka?
Good. Excellent. Piotr?
So wrong.
No,
Piotr-san.
Ah, good.
Piotr-san.
Yari-san.
UFO o koto ga arimasu ka?
Mimasen.
Not mimasen. So what would be the right answer to this if the answer was no?
Mimasen deshita?
No. What was the question?
Have I ever seen?
Yeah, but what's the actual question? So look at this. Mita koto ga ar. So the question really is arimasu ka? This is the actual question.
Arimasen?
Arimasen, yes. And if you had, then you would say
Hai arimasu.
Arimasu, yeah, exactly. Arimasen or arimasu, arimasu or arimasen.
The short version of would the full answer then be Hai UFO o mita koto ga arimasu?
Yes, it would be, but you don't need to make this kind of long response. You can just say. So if somebody said, "Have you ever been to New York?" you would say, "I have not," or "I have." You don't have to say, "Yes, I have been to New York." You can just say, "Yes, I have." Yeah. So the same in Japanese. Yeah.
So
okay.
It's only arimasen or arimasu.
Yeah, this is enough.
In simple way, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. It doesn't even make it more polite if you put the whole sentence in. It just makes it redundant, really. You can just say, yes, I have.
So this is there the experience of, and
exactly.
Is or isn't?
Yes, exactly. Okay. Yeah, quite. Okay, Piotr to Konstantina is the next one.
Konstantina-san, fugu o tabeta koto ga arimasu ka?
Yeah, arimasen.
Good. Yeah.
Just like that.
Oh, okay. Exactly. Is that your tummy rumbling now that I can hear?
No, it's my dog protesting.
Okay. Do they want to eat fugu? Okay, good. Well done, Piotr. And Konstantina, can you ask Tom this next one? There we go.
Okay, if Tom have been to Egypt?
Yeah.
Or
has he ever been a mummy? Has he been mummified before?
Or have seen the pyramids, but
whichever one you want.
What can I say? Okay, Tom's son, Mita koto ga no, Tom's son, pyramid o Mita koto ga arimasu ka?
arimasu.
Have you ever seen the pyramids?
Yeah, good. Yeah. It's better to ask that than ask, have you ever had sex with a camel? Which I suppose would be a different question, really. Okay, Tom to David. How about this one? Might have to stare at the screen a bit closely to see what it actually is.
Do you want to drive my new car?
Is that something you're ever likely to say to somebody? Would you like to drive my brand new car? Screw you, you're not going near it.
Do you want to buy a car?
No, it's about experience.
You may ask it and then say you stay with the desire.
You can play with the keys if you like. No, it's a question of experience. So,
Have you ever hugged a car dealer?
maybe it's about buying a car.
Do you want a new car? No, it's an experience.
No, it's experience, isn't it?
I'm trying to think about the experience, but
How about have you ever bought a car? Maybe.
have you ever bought a car?
Yeah.
Oh.
Have you ever
So-
hugged a car dealer?
So buying was cow?
Yep.
David-san, kuruma o kata koto ga arimasu ka?
Good.
A new car, so it was atarashi kuruma.
Good. Or
Kao koto ga arimasu ka?
not cow, but
Kata
Yes.
koto ga arimasu ka?
good. Yes, good.
No, arimasen. Second hand only.
Watashi mo itsumo boroboro no kuruma bakkari
Kanega
desu.
aranai.
Boroboro, which means crap. I also only have crap cars. Good. David to Spiros. How about this one?
This is, have you ever played tennis?
Yeah, good.
So verb target. Spiro-san, tennis o shita koto ga arimasu ka?
Good.
Arimasu.
That's it.
Arimasu.
Arimasu. Hey. Good. Okay, Spiros to Yadi. How about this one over here? So just so I'm clear, this isn't about eating it. This is about something else.
Firstly, to understand what is this.
This is makizushi.
How
You
much
ever
is it?
rolled the world's most large sushi cigarette?
So the English sentences, have you ever made makizushi?
Yeah, good.
So make
Is tsukuru.
sukuru. Yari-san makizushi o suruta koto ga arimasu ka?
Okay, so I just want to hear this verb in the past tense again, Spiros. So it's a group one verb. It's tsukuru.
Sukuta
Yes, good. Tsukutta.
Hai, arimasu.
koto ga arimasu ka?
Good. Hi, Yari-san, dozo.
Hai, arimasu.
Good. Okay, well done. Okay, Yari to Piotr. I don't know if you can see the title of this book.
Have you read ever a book?
No, can you see the title of this book?
Mr. Tolstoy, you uncultured swine.
Yeah,
I
You see
can't
it?
see.
it's War and Peace.
War and Peace.
Yeah.
Have you read a book, War and Peace?
Yes. Good.
Word and Peace hon o yome yonda koto ga arimasu ka?
Good. Yes.
So how do I answer I started but never finished?
Well, how would you say I began?
Hajimemashita
But
ga
I didn't finish. I finished.
終わりませんでした?
That's it. どうぞ。
始めましたが終わりませんでした.
Like everybody else in the world who said that they read Tolstoy. Okay. Piotr to Konstantina. How about this one?
Have you ever driven a motorcycle while bent over very hard? Yeah. So have you ever driven a motorcycle?
Over some grass. Yeah. So if you're riding so you don't drive, you don't untensuru motorbike actually. You ride a motorbike the same way that you ride a bus.
And this is also that, have you ever drive in a wrong side of the road?
That's not
like in photo.
Hey, whoa. This is not the wrong side of the road. This is the correct side of the road.
For Japan, this would be correct, yeah.
Exactly.
Anywhere else.
It only took us 18 lessons to get this far.
Yeah. Do you know why this is the correct side of the road? Because if you want to draw your sword from your motorbike and attack somebody, you need to have this. You need to be riding on the left side so that you can draw across you and cut the other motorcyclist's head off.
The problem with that actually is that you usually have the gas handle, like the throttle, on the right side as well.
This is where chewing gum is useful.
Hi. So would that be wait? That wasn't orimasu and norima. Sorry, oriru and noru are to get on and off.
Yes.
And to ride was sorry.
It's to get on noru.
Noru as well. Okay.
Yeah.
So a motorcycle was just motorcycle.
It's really weird actually. It's autobike.
An automatic bike. Yeah.
Yeah.
Konstantina-san, オートバイを乗りたこと
It's a group one verb.
を乗りるの
No, noru is noru.
乗る sorry.
Yeah.
乗い
乗った。
Is this a verb in Polish?
さん、オートバイを乗ったことがありますか？
はい、あります。
Oh.
So the verb is really noru, which is to go to inside bus or something.
Yeah. So I mean, we also say. You can also say in English to ride a bus. It doesn't mean you climb on top of the bus and you get on the roof.
Yeah.
It means to get on board, and you ride a motorcycle. So in both cases we use noru.
Yeah, and riding is really different verb by horse.
Yeah,
But
so,
it could be also with a bike. In Finland,
horses,
we can ride a bike.
I think horse is also noru, uma, or it is. It's joba. Yeah, so we would say ride a horse in both Japanese and English as well.
Okay, it's same. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, Konstantina to Tom.
To make a difference between getting on a train and getting on a train in India, how would you make that difference?
Densha no yane o noru in India means to get on the roof of a train.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, Konstantina to Tom. How about this one? So you have to guess where this is based on the picture.
For sure not Greece.
No, correct. Any guesses?
Not
Anybody?
even no.
The Dead Sea.
It's
The Dead Sea.
Dead
Exactly.
Oh, we
Sea.
call it the Dead Sea. But
Yeah, Dead Sea, exactly.
So I can say, have you ever swim in the Dead Sea?
Good, yes.
Okay, have you ever?
how do you
So,
do too
Tom-
salty?
You don't need it. We need to try to
I've done
float.
this on the surface of the Dead Sea and nothing happened, but yeah, we can pretend to swim.
Okay, so Tom-san, Dead Sea ni
Not me, but you're doing something at the
there.
Dead Sea. Yes.
de
de. Mhm.
Dead Sea de oyo ida
Good, good,
koto koto ga arimasu ka?
very good.
Yeah, arimasen.
Good, okay. Okay, good, Konstantina. Tom to David. How about this one? This is wearing a samurai helmet rather than looking like an awkward foreigner.
Oh, wow. David-san, kabuto o the verb was kakeru?
It's actually the same as kabuto. It's kaburu.
Kabuto. Kaburu. Kabuta koto ga arimasu ka?
Yes.
Arimasu. Ichido.
一回だけね. Good. Okay. David to Spiros. How about this one? I'm sure the answer is yes, but let's make the question first. So what's the straw
Spiros-san,
time?
tameshigiri o
No. That would be easy to say to use shita. But this, I would like to say, have you ever cut a roll of straw?
Oh, okay. Makiwara o... Okay. Spiros-san, makiwara o kita koto ga arimasu ka?
Good. That's better.
Hi, arimasu.
Hi. Many times, Spiros?
Hi, arimasu.
So you could say, nankai mo arimasu. Nankai mo arimasu. This means many times. Hi, dozo.
Nankai mo arimasu.
Good. Nankai mo arimasu. Good. Spiros to Yari. How about this one? Have you ever been arrested in Kyoto? I think is the question.
Yari-san, sake o nomita koto ga arimasu ka?
Not nomita, but nomu becomes...
Nomita.
No. So mu is... What's the past form to read, Spiros? So yomu is to read. What's I read in the past tense?
Yomi.
Okay, Spiros, look at me. Don't look at the script. Don't look at your notes a second. So how would you say? So yomu means read, doesn't it?
Yes.
How do you say please read?
Yomite kudasai.
No, not yomite, but yonde.
Yomete.
No.
Yonde.
So I read in the past would be. Just change the F for an A.
Yonda.
So drink is nomu.
Nonda.
Good. Yes.
So sake o nonda koto ga arimasu ka?
Hi.
Many times, Yari.
Nankai mo arimasu.
Hi. 多分毎日あります。毎日飲んでます。Good Spiros. Yari to Piotr. I ran out of examples in the end. It's like, oh, for God's sake. How many?
I know only one instrument in Japanese. It's koto, but this is something else.
This is a shamisen.
Samisen.
Yeah.
Samisen. Piotr-san. Samisen o asotta koto ga arimasu ka?
Have you ever socialized with a shamisen?
What?
Have you ever socialized with a shamisen?
Wrong verb.
So the word for playing, I know. So the word for playing guitar.
Asonda.
No. You can't use asonda.
Okay.
If you're playing guitar, different instruments have got different actions.
Okay.
So, Yari, do you play guitar?
Sometimes I have played, yeah.
Okay.
Many years ago.
What verb do you use when you're talking about the strings of a guitar when you're playing it in Finnish? What's the action that you use on the strings?
I don't know in English.
What's it in Finnish? What's it in Finnish?
In Finnish, näppäillä. Näppäillä, to be. Näppäillä.
Yari, can you
pluck, isn't it?
Is it? I don't know. Yari, can you put that into Google Translate for me, please? Into English.
Maybe. But it take only second. Key in says
Okay.
translate.
Oh, that's interesting. Right. Okay. Right. So it's not that word. it's pull. We pull strings of guitar or any stringed instrument, a violin, shamisen, guitar, koto.
Pull.
Yeah.
Pull. Yeah. Okay. With plectra.
Inarasu. So actually, we use hiku, just hiku.
Hiku. This is like guitar player. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Samisen. Piotr-san. Samisen. Hita koto ga arimasu ka?
So what's hiku in the past plane? Think about it.
Hikimasta. So it's hiki. Hida. Hida. Yeah.
One more time, yeah.
Again, Piotr-san, samisen o hiita koto ga arimasu ka?
Good, that's it.
Iie, arimasen.
Good, okay. And Piotr to Konstantina. How about this one?
Wakarimashita.
So, have you ever played the trumpet?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming we're using the trumpet differently, not by plucking or strumming the strings, but by blowing into it. So, is that something along the lines of fute or?
Ah, good. Yeah, it's so fuku is the infinitive. Fuku.
Fuku or fuku?
Just fuku.
Fuku. And trumpet is?
Trompetto.
Okay. Konstantina-san, trompetto o fuite koto ga arimasu ka?
Not fuite, but
fuita. Sorry. Sorry. Konstantina-san, trompetto o fuita koto ga arimasu ka?
Iie, arimasen.
Okay, good. I think that's all the examples I come up with, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so Konstantina to Tom. I'm now going to sit back and relax. And Konstantina, you're going to ask Tom of some other experience he's had that I'm not going to give you. You have to create one for yourself.
Okay. I'm blank.
Difficult, isn't it? This is what I have to do every week on Monday evening, about 11 o'clock at night, is make up some stupid examples for you guys to work out what to say. It's bloody difficult.
Okay.
There is the most, we are up to the moment we are missing the most common example of this phrase. Eh?
What's that?
Have you ever played Ghost of Tsushima?
Ameo mita koto ga arimasu ka?
Sorry, one more time.
Ameo mita koto ga arimasu ka? Have you ever seen the rain?
Have I ever seen the rain?
The Rain, very famous song.
Okay.
Have you ever seen the rain?
This sounds like a very romantic thing to ask, but let's do it. Okay, Konstantina, have you ever seen the rain?
I need to say that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Tom, okay. Tom-san, ame ga futta. No. I just putting words like that.
I think, have you ever seen the rain, right?
Yes.
Have you ever seen? Okay. Yeah. So, Tom-san, ame ga mita.
Not ga. But ame.
Oh. No. Tom-san, ame o mita koto ga arimasu ka?
Arimasu. Mainichi desu.
Ooh. This is kind of romantic.
Nankai mo arimasu.
Mainichi.
Could be something dodgy happening next. Okay, Tom to David. Perhaps you think of some song lyrics If you like pina colada, getting caught in the rain. If you're not into vodka. I can't think of anything. Go ahead, Tom, if you can think of some examples.
David-san, Ghost of Tsushima o asonda koto ga arimasu ka? Mainichi.
はい、拙者は、was it? はい、あります。
あります。はい。
First
Okay,
half only.
David, to Spiros, you can now think of something.
Anyone that springs to mind. Spiros-san, 日本に行きたことがありますか？
生きた?
No. What's it? Have you ever
Past tense to go.
行った。
行った. Good. That's it.
スピロさん、日本に行ったことがありますか？
はい、あります。
Yes. Good. And last one, Spiros to Yadi. Anything you like. Spiros, I know one.
Yeah.
How about Yadi? Have you ever fired a torpedo?
Have you ever? Have you ever?
Fired a torpedo. Actually,
Yari-san.
I can teach you how to say this if you like, Spiros.
I'm not sure that I know the words.
I can help you. So torpedo is
Torpedo.
Tepodon.
Tepodon.
Yeah.
Yari-san, tepodon o.
And then fired is hanashita. Hanashita. So it's hanasu means to release.
Hanasu. Yeah, I'm trying to make the form.
Oh, I just made it. I said it. Just
hanashita.
Yeah.
Hanashita koto ga arimasu ka? Yari-san to
Tepodon.
Tepodon hanashita koto ga arimasu ka?
Yeah, arimasen.
Ah.
Once.
Guys, do you know, not relating to the military term, do you know what releasing a torpedo means? If you've got
and shoot.
If you've got children, if you've got young children, you know exactly what releasing a torpedo means.
Taking off their leashes.
Since it is probably an English expression, let us know, because
be.
I have passed the age of the young children.
Oh, okay. So
you say this all the time. Eriksen Rukieta.
What?
Oh, the Eriksen Rukieta, tutti e Rukieta, έκανε μετρό.
Okay.
Are you thinking the same thing I'm thinking then? So I don't have this personal experience. One more time.
For us, it's vomit. For us, it's vomit.
Vomit? Ah, it's not vomit.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
No, because this may happen also to the adults, not only to the children.
It does, right? Yes, exactly. But this is about when you're giving your child a bath, and sometimes they lose bowel control, and they fire a torpedo. This is what it means to fire a torpedo.
The face of your.
Watashi wa gai kun arimashita.
You've had a.
Yes, I have been in Navy. Yeah.
行ったことがありますね。
Yeah.
最後に
1 year I was in Navy, but I didn't shoot torpedo. I shoot missiles from the boat.
Maybe when you were a small child you did though. Yeah.
私は36年になります。海軍に36年になります。
This is a secret you shouldn't be telling us, really. Okay, good. So that's not really difficult stuff, is it, guys? We're just having to turn the verb into the ta form, and then koto ga arimasu. Okay, good. Any questions, guys? Any problems?
Sensei, Andy-san, Kendo shita koto ga arimasu ka?
ありますよ。ありますよ。
うん。
6ヶ月、ビート先生の道場でやりました。
Okay. うん。
Rokagetsu, as in 6 months? No. Oh, yeah. Okay.
でも、すごく忙しくなりましたから、続けられませんでした。
Aw.
Okay. Joo.
Oh, too busy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
couldn't continue. Yeah. Yosh, any other questions, guys, or any other problems?
Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thank you very much, guys.
Arigato.
Maybe hope we see you during the week.
Joo.
Okay. Okay, ありがとうございました。
はい
また気をつけてください。
また、じゃあまた。
Time.
さよなら。
さよなら。
さよなら。